FM Ibadan. I am Oluwatobi Ojumu. First, the headlines. On the national news, NBA rejects plan to increase Supreme Court Justice to 30. Governor Ayedatiwa nominates former commissioners. On African news, Zanzibar's vice president warns of election rigging ahead of October polls. On foreign news, President Trump says Iran nuclear sites obliterated by US strikes. On business news, World Bank demands debt transparency. On entertainment news, Davido accuses the Pizza nightclub security men of trying to kill his team members. And on sports news, Marcelo wants Napoli not to sign Lukman. Now the news in details. The Nigerian Bar Association has rejected a proposal by the Senate to increase the number of justices on the Supreme Court bench from 21 to 30. The proposed measure aims to address a growing backlog of cases and enhance the efficiency of the country's apex courts. The sponsor of the bill, Senator Osita Izunazo, stated that despite having just one justice, the Supreme Court remained overwhelmed by the alarming volume of cases it received daily. Reacting to the bill, NBA President Afam Osigwe, while addressing newsmen, said that increasing the number of justices will not address the systemic issues, stating that even with a full complement of 21 justices, the court struggled to cope with its workload over the past 2 years. Mr. Osigwe further added that constitutional amendments should focus on limiting the types of cases that can be appealed to the Supreme Court. And on to the Sunshine States, where the state's governor, Honorable Ayedatiwa, has nominated former commissioners to serve on the state's executive council. This was contained in a statement made available to newsmen today in Akure by the chief press secretary to the governor, Mr. Ebenezer Adenio. According to the statement, the nomination is in addition to the 12 nominees appointed last week by the governor and currently being screened for confirmation by the House of Assembly. And on to African news. Zanzibar's first vice president, Uthman Masood Sharif, has issued a stark warning about potential election rigging ahead of the October polls, raising significant concerns about the stability of the semi-autonomous archipelago. This warning comes amidst ongoing political wrangles and a history of contentious elections, threatening the fragile unity government. In a recent press conference, Mr. Sharif Rasazi pretends of electoral integrity in maintaining peace within the region. And on to the foreign scene. The United States has launched coordinated airstrikes in key Iranian nuclear facilities, dramatically escalating tensions in the Middle East and triggering widespread international and domestic responses. The strikes, which took place between 24th and 22nd June 2025, targeted Iran's Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan nuclear sites. President Donald Trump described the operation as a spectacular military success, claiming that the sites had been completely and totally obliterated using B-2 bombers and Tomahawk missiles. Iran, however, condemned the attack as a violation of international law. Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said the strikes breached the UN Charter and the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, warned that Tehran would defend its sovereignty by all available means. And on to the business news. The World Bank has called for sweeping reforms in debt reporting standards among developing nations, one that will take borrowing practices refueling hidden fiscal risks that could trigger the next global debt crisis. In a statement by the World Bank's Senior Managing Director Axel van Trossenborg, the bank urged governments and lenders to adopt full and timely disclosure of debt obligations to prevent economic meltdowns caused by undisclosed loans and unprofessional financial arrangements. The bank noted that developing countries must enact legal and regulatory fronts that mandate transparency when signing new loan contracts and share more granular debt data. And on to the entertainment news. Nigerian singer David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, and his team were involved in a conflict with the security team in Ibiza nightclub Ibiza on Saturday night. The Afrobeat star, who disclosed this today via his Instagram story, claimed that the nightclub security men attempted to kill him and his team members. Sharing photos of some of the security staff who appeared aggressive, Davido vowed that justice must be served for the alleged attack. And finally, on World News Afternoon today, Napoli have been won against Galatasaray signing Nigeria international Ademola Lookman. Marcelo Atamura, an Italian footwear expert, gave advice saying the Nigerian does not listen to instruction. The expert said instead the Serie A champions Napoli should focus on bringing in Matteo Sagani and Dan Udoye. That's about it on World News Afternoon on Pono 103.5 FM Ibadan. The news was edited by Shiv Oyelowo. I am Oluwatobi Ojumu. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon.
And that was the news on Honor 103.5 FM.
Is this anyone?
And integrity. Our worship.
Before you come, it's my face.
Mo ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ń gbọ́n bó ṣe ń dùn, ṣẹ́ gbọ́n bó ṣe ń rọ̀, mo ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ń gbọ́n bó ṣe ń dùn, ṣẹ́ gbọ́n bó ṣe ń rọ̀, lómi lẹ́yìn.